What it be, what it do? I'm here with another episode. I'm Philip the Punisher Collins, if you can't tell. And I was talking about this in the last comedy special that I did about my drug addiction at the time. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to go more into detail about this for you guys. And so I'm going to call this one, The Day Ghosting Changed My Life. So, you ever talk about this on the Christmas video if you're around at that time. And there was this girl that I was talking to. And at first, I'm not going to lie, for a good 6 months, I was afraid to even say her name anymore. It was kind of like Baltimore to me. Her name was Sandy. Some of you may know who Sandy is. If you know me in real life. Me and this girl talked for a good couple months. Like, we were getting to know each other and all that, and everything seemed good. Well, New Year's comes around, and she invites me over on New Year's. Me and her has a little bit of drinking. We watch a movie. Things, I don't know, could have went a different way. She wasn't so drunk, but she passed out. You know, so I was like, I ain't taking advantage of the situation. So she has 2 kids. I was debating whether to say it or not, but she has 2 kids. Well, morning rolls around, kids wake up, they see me in the bed with her. And instantly, her oldest starts taking a liking to me after we start talking about Pokemon. So, we get out of the bed, we, go and start, like they want to, her oldest wants to play some games and all that. Well, then the oldest wants to build a birdhouse. And Cindy tells them, oh, next time he comes over, he'll help you build a birdhouse. And let me just say from this video, that never happened. So I was like, what the fuck, you telling your kid that I'm going to help him build? And then, so, January 1st, January 4th, she blocks me. Only thing I said in between January 1st and January 4th was 3 things. Good morning, good night, and then, hey, I want to go see the movie Escape Room. I think you might like it because I know you like the Saw movies. It's pretty much like Saw, but without the blood and guts. Okay? Well, I don't know what fucking happened. So, I'm an overthinker, and I'm thinking about what I did wrong and all that. And people was telling me, oh, he didn't do nothing and all that. Obviously, there was something. Well, I have my friend Hunter, who knew Sandy also. He writes her and asks, what happened between you two? Just so I can kind of not tell him that I talked to you, but let him know what not to do when he's talking to somebody next time. Guess what? She blocks him too. Well, later on, I found out from a fake friend named Samantha, which I mentioned in the last video, that she called me a stalker. Well, let me retract a little bit. I got fucked up. This is when I start drinking. Guess what? I write her a letter because there's no other way to get in touch with her. And I know how fucked up it is now to send her a letter. Mainly because I sent her she was talking about last time I saw her, oh, I need to get money for my nails, get my nails done. So I sent her money for her nails. I'm so fucked up, I'm drunk and all that. I'm not even thinking, I'm just writing this letter and I sent it out. If I could take it back, I would take it back. Who knows what things could have been right now. Well, then I had a supervisor who I worked with, and he was a jittery motherfucker. And next thing I know, because, I thought what it wasn't what it was. And he was like, hey, try this. Tried it. Man, I got sick. Turned out it was heroin. Well, guess what? I didn't feel nothing off of it. So, next thing I know, I don't want to feel anything after this. Like, I'm just feeling bad about myself. I still didn't know what I literally thought about this for 2 months straight. And then I got fucked up. Guess what? I stopped thinking about it. Well, my friend Amber, who I mentioned before, wrote me every week because me doing this, I felt it was just like a cry out for help. Because I didn't want to talk about the girl, because it wasn't the girl who made me want to do this. It was the feeling that the girl made me feel. It made me feel like I was a piece of shit. Okay? And by feeling like I was a piece of shit, I wanted to act like a piece of shit. Mainly because she has 2 baby daddies who got addicted to meth. And, I have my own car, even though it's a piece of shit. I would have my own place, job. And so you're telling me 2 meth heads are better than me. And that's what went on in my mind. Well, because of this, I was fucked up all the time. I started losing weight. I was puking every day. It got to the point where I would eat ice cream before I would, smoke this. Because I knew at least it would taste good when I threw up. That's how fucked up it got. So, if you ever feel like you hit rock bottom, trust me. You have not hit rock bottom until you start doing drugs because you want to feel better about yourself. I'm not talking about smoking weed or nothing like that. I'm talking about doing some of the hard drugs. Just to feel good about yourself. Well, not even good about yourself, just not to feel anything. But, so I was going to the movies, and I have this lady that works with me called Miss Jackie. And if you ever met Miss Jackie and you don't like her, then there's something fucking wrong with you. Well, I went to this movie, and then the next day she asked me about the movie, and I started talking about the movie, and she was like, "Oh, you should be a movie review person." And like I said, you heard about me talk about this on my Christmas video. Or was it New Year's? I can't remember now. But then I have my friend Simon, who we don't talk much anymore, but he goes, "At this point, you should just be a movie critic." And I'm like, but then my friend Sean, who I mentioned, who can't help me come up with this idea, was like, "Dude, if you do a movie review channel, I would so totally watch." And like at this point, I started doing the channel or having the channel idea in like April, and by May I was doing it. As you know, my first video was John Wick Chapter 3, so you know how long it took me. And it wasn't until, when we start really getting down to it, when we start doing videos every week, is when I stopped. But I don't think that if I wasn't doing all this, I would do the channel, to be honest. Because at the time I felt so low about myself that I needed some type, like I said, I was doing these drugs, not feeling anything. Well, I had a dream about doing the channel. And then, as you know, the rest is history. But that's why I feel like if that never happened, if Sandy never blocked me, maybe me and her would be in a relationship right now, and I wouldn't be doing this shit right now. So I gotta thank Sandy for being an asshole and a bitch and not giving somebody some closure. Because if it wasn't for that, I probably would be either still doing drugs, never would have came up with this idea. But if it wasn't for my friends having my back, my true friends, let me say it like that. I have some fake friends, because if you watch the Keyboard Warriors, Samantha, I told a couple people what was going on and what I was doing, and like I said, I didn't want to talk about the girl because it wasn't the girl; it was the way it made me feel. And I thought about it, like if I was doing drugs, that my friends would be worried and try to reach out to me and try to help me, or at least be there. And that's fucked up to think that I needed to do that. But Spencer's like, "Oh, I won't tell anybody." Guess what? For those keyboard warriors that attacked me, she told them. And then she deleted me from Facebook because she ran off like a little pussy that she is. So, the moral of this story is, somebody ever makes you feel low, just go with it. To me, the best creativity I have is when I'm feeling super low about myself. When I feel like, I'd rather just die. And that's a sad thing to think about it. Like, maybe this isn't too much of a comedy thing. Maybe this is more me being real with you guys. That if if life was just all right for me, I probably wouldn't be doing this. But because I was so low in my life, I needed something that's going to make me feel better, and that's what this channel has done. It has made me feel 100 times better. Like, people at work can tell a difference in me. Like, I'm a happier person because I have this outlet. And if it wasn't for you guys, subscribing, like, when I say you guys are a family, no matter if I don't know who you are, no matter if you don't comment or nothing like that, you guys are family to me. I love you guys, and thank you for this, going on this journey with me. Maybe I might not do this till I'm 70, but if I can, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do this because it makes me feel good. Telling the stories about my life makes me feel good, because maybe it makes somebody realize, like, hey, I feel pretty low about myself. And if this guy can turn it around, that means I can turn it around. And that's my whole message of this story. No matter if you feel like you're super low, you can always, as long as you mentally are capable, can turn a bad situation to a good situation, like I'm doing right now. And I lost some friends during it, but guess what? Obviously, those people wasn't real friends, because you didn't have to be there in the situation, but you could at least reach out and make sure all was all right. Instead of, if I died and then you're like, oh man, I felt so bad for him. Well, where the fuck were you? And remember, the people who were there for you, there's a difference with people who take time of their day for you, and then the people who make time for you in their life. And, like, I do that with my friend Sage, the Kitley clan, which is my friends on Discord: Jess, Dan, Halo, Courtney, Mandy, Tree. These people I make time for in my life. Not all the time, because I'm doing this shit. But people who reached out, there's people who reached out to me and made Amber, just wanted to make sure I was okay. And that means more to me than people who was there for me in my good times. Because when everything is glitter and gold, of course those fake friends are going to be there. But when things are low for you, only the true friends stay. When you're no longer eating an all-you-can-eat buffet, and all you can have is a McDouble, and those friends are okay with it, those are your true friends. And, I'm talking to you guys directly. If you, the people that I just mentioned, just being there for me, thank you so fucking much. You guys have no idea how big of an impact you made in my life. And I just want you to know, from the bottom of my heart, you guys mean the world to me. And I'd rather have a whole bunch of good friends, or great friends, than a lot of good friends. And you guys have shown me what it means to be there. And some people, I wish we had a better connection with, but, you can't force people. And that's the whole point. You can't force people to talk to you. You can't think like, oh, if I got money or whatnot. People who are there for you in your lowest, are happy when you're doing good, is the people you need in your life. So thank you, everybody. And with that being said, I'm going to end it here before it gets any more depressing. Besides, like I said, I love you guys. Even all 64 subscribers, more if they, go later down the road. But thank you guys. Seriously, you guys have changed my outlook on life. You guys made me happier. And I know everything's not going to be a happy moment, but doing this makes me happy, no matter what happens with this. So thank you. And like I said, being ghosted, it is what it is. But don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Write some jokes in the comments. Tell me what you want me to review. But like I always say, stay classy.